Hey, welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about mastering, and I'm going to teach you the basics of mastering and how to master in these 3 steps. Now, the first thing is EQ. So you need to find a good EQ that you like, that is reliable. And the second thing is imaging. You need to have a good imager that will help spread out your track and make it sound nice and wide. And the next thing you need is a limiter. You need a really good limiter that will expand your track and make it nice and loud. Now, the plugin that I suggest for you to get is Ozone 9. I feel like Ozone 9 is very good, and it comes with an EQ, an imager, and a maximizer already set here. So if I play this track back that I have loaded here, I have it looped at a section where the track is most loudest. So that's where everything is playing at the same time. Let me just sample it for you right quick. So it's sounding really good, but it has a decent amount of headroom, meaning that it's not too loud. I still have a lot of room for me to add my mastering and add my final touches. So what the EQ is going to do is that it's going to help me tone the track and make it sound as nice as I want to overall. So if I want to maybe take out some treble, or I want to add some treble, I can do that. If I want to add some bass or cut out, or I want to add some low mids or even some mid-range, I can do that using the EQ. So this is basic stuff. And if you want to add like 3 EQs or 4 EQs to do a much better job, a more complicated job, it's all up to you. But this is the basics, and it takes knowing all these kind of basic things to be able to then start to do things that are more advanced, so to speak. So if I use this EQ here, I can see my frequencies here, where they're hitting. Like you can see this tail is right here in the low mids. So I'm gonna add back some of these frequencies here, and I can drop some of those frequencies right there. And I also have some high end that I'm adding over here. So that's me toning the track that I'm working on. And then if we move to the imager, you can play around with your stereo width. You can add width, like if I can add some more width here, or I can make it narrow. As you can hear, it's starting to sound more like it's like in mono. And if I pull it more, it widens the track. You can see here with this graphic, you can see now it's like a straight line in the middle there. And the more I push it to the right, the more my track is widened. I can also add the stereoize effect. But I don't want to add that. But an imager will allow your track to have a little bit more depth and really spread out your track and make it sound really nice and wide, and give the listener a really nice, big, wholesome feel to it, and have it sound really nice and expensive. And if we move on to the maximizer, the maximizer is pretty simple. It's just all about loudness. It's just all about making the track loud. As you can see here, it says the final level at which the maximizer begins limiting the threshold here. If I lower this threshold here, it will make the track louder. So let's do that right now. And there we go. Now the track is actually loud. So now the track is nice, banging, and it's very loud. And if you're using a plugin like Ozone Elements, you have all these other settings that you can play around with. You can play around with the character of the limiting. You can make it slow. You can make it fast. You can play with the transients. If you want the transients to get cut off, or you want to add transient emphasis, or if you want to change the release control here. You can play around with it and all that, and you can also make it automatically learn the threshold. So here you can see I have a minus 14 LUFS loudness target is my target. So if I put this on and I start playing my track, it will automatically adjust to target for minus 14 LUFS, and that's a good thing. That's why this plugin is really good. So some of these things you can have them help you, and then you also have a mono switch here, so you can switch between hearing your track in mono and in stereo in case of maybe the imager added a little bit of phase cancellation happening in your track. So you want to hear how your track might be sounding in mono. So that's another thing. In case maybe you want to mix in mono, you can just enable the mono, and then you can start doing your mixing and listen to your track and reference and all that, and then bring it back to stereo. You can even swap the channels if you want. You can bypass the whole ozone elements and all the effects, and then you can just hear the natural dry untouched sound that's coming from your track. And you can also use the gain match function as well to make sure that ozone will automatically match the effective gain when bypassed. So these are the 3 basic steps to mastering your track. And I know there is like a lot of professionals out there that do mastering and they do much more complicated processes, but this is the basics that you need to understand and you need to learn and finesse, so that when you fine-tune these settings and you feel like you need a bit more, then you can move on to the advanced things like adding more EQs, adding more compression, adding more imagers, or adding more limiters and so forth. You can do so much more from here, but this is just the baseline of mastering. So remember, you need an EQ, you need an imager, and you need a maximizer to achieve the loudness that you need. So that's just the basics of mastering that is not too complicated for you to get your tracks to be loud and nice. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found this really helpful. If you did, drop this video a like and also subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.